And a warm welcome to Art House. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Coming up on today's episode of the program. Water Under the Bridge, an exhibition of recent paintings and installations at this gallery. Then we enjoy this solo show at an art center also in the commercial city of Lagos. That and more after we take our art growth for this week. Do stay with us.
Experimentation is the unparalleled freedom of whatever comes to the mind of a creative in the use of ideas and materials.
A beautiful scenery greets visitors who came to the Yemisi Shyllon Art Museum in Lagos to view Water Under the Bridge, an exhibition curated by Olufisayo Bakare.
It's a cool and calm atmosphere at the Yemisi Shyllon Museum of Art, located within the Pan-Atlantic University in Lagos. Once inside, it's a soothing interplay of lights and color in this exhibition of paintings, mixed media, textile and installations, which form part of this show titled Water Under the Bridge, which discusses migration memory, amongst other things.
Water under the bridge literally means things that have occurred in the past and they are bygones. But it's a metaphor that doubles as something that is very present in Nigeria's brain drain. A lot of our youth have moved to greener pastures, as it were, to either get better educational experience or work experience. And I call it the Nigerian exodus because that is what we're facing right now. And so the water under the bridge is literally the journey of the Nigerian through distress, through a displacement of identities and culture, and through a reacquaintance of themselves.
The Water Under the Bridge exhibition created by Olufisayo Bakare, the second exhibition she's creating in our museum, is an exhibition we put together to talk about migration today, the form migration has taken today, and to also explore the history of migration in general. So we felt we should put this exhibition together to address this issue because it's something very relevant to us as a nation, especially at this moment. The the massive exodus of Nigerians post-COVID is something we felt could spark a critical discourse and is worthy of reflection, for everyone visiting our space, really, because we don't get to understand the impact of these things except we ask questions and we really think deeply about them. So the whole idea of this exhibition is for people to reflect on this and to ask questions and to also see, the other side to this migration scene and how it is contributing to talent drain of the entire nation, the continent, and how it is important that we think of coming back as a people, not just living. So the exhibition is not discouraging people from living. It's important to mention this, but there's a need for us to remember that as Nigerians, we are the only ones who can make this nation better.
The exhibits have been segmented and placed in different parts of the gallery to reflect the theme of movement or what it means to go against the tide in search of greener pastures.
In the first gallery space, you see a lot of Japa mentality. You see a boat, but right opposite that boat is slaves awaiting shipment. And it kind of gives you the modernist impression of the slave trade when it happened over 100 years ago, and now a modern day need, literally a starving need to leave for other spaces to occupy and to invade. Nigerians are very intelligent, we're very industrious people, and bringing out these metaphors and bringing them through art is very important to my work and the body of work that I've put up in this exhibition, because we can see it clearly, we can feel it, and we can tangibly state that even our colleagues, our family members are starting to leave Nigeria for more opportunity because the Nigerian system has failed them.
The strength, skills, and issues the works of art explore always leave the visitors yearning for more.
I love to come to the Yemisi Shyllon Museum. It's my third or second time, I can't recall, but I love to be here. And this exhibition is very strong. It speaks about the conflict of staying in the country or leaving the country. And it's also speaking a lot about the water, where people usually find a way to leave or to come. And I think it's a very strong exhibition because it brings together history, the history of movement, of migration, the history of the desire to leave or to stay, with very contemporary issues that we face globally. And I think it's a very timely moment to put this exhibition into the museum because it speaks to so many things that we are currently facing.
It's also a salute to creativity, culture and values, as these images were done by an array of Nigerian talent which is being lost as they leave to better other shores.
It's unique in that it brings together Nigerian talent in different ways, in photography, in sculpture, in mixed media art, and it tells a story of the past. It tells a story of our foundation as cultural beings or cultured beings moving into a space of the unknown world and unknown territories. We see things like man and the machine in a piece of artwork. And the Industrial Revolution has happened elsewhere. So when the Nigerian moves from the shores of Nigeria and they go and see other city people, for example, is another one, they see city people, what are they carrying with them? What parts of their culture remains and what stays the same? And so it's unique in the fact that it speaks to the journey of the Nigerian and a return back home.
These body of works have been meticulously curated by Olufisayo Bakare for the world to see, enjoy, and most especially think about the message behind the pieces, which is an ongoing conversation and a reminder for the Nigerian in diaspora to always remember their roots.
Our wordsmith for this week is titled "O Breath of Life" by Chichi Alinta. You are free to nature, but not fair to some. Some were not born to breathe from you. The breath you cease to stop them from not depending on you. O breath of life, the environment you instigate to be a danger to some. At one time free, for others, it's from the inhaler you choose for them to breathe on. But the heaviness of life triggers it all over again to seize their breath again. O breath of life, when will you consider them to breathe you fresh as some do? When will you free them from this burden of seizure of breath? Death they see as they struggle to breathe. Some were not lucky, so they passed on there. O breath of life, this is not the life of the living, but it is the death of life. When struggling for breath is involved, strength is fading away. O breath of life, suffocation is murder. Don't let them be killed under your watch. You are the gift of nature. Let them feel free and live unrestricted of air.
Wow, I just love the exhibition space and the images soothing to the eyes, I tell you. Now let's take a moment. Art House returns with more. Do stay with us. These are the works we sent in this week. Let's begin with Deep Emotions, an acrylic on canvas piece by Innocent Chikeze. Then Adeyemi Julius has this one, which he calls Intimate, an oil on canvas work. The Lion King is done by Kamudia William with charcoal pencil on paper. Then Dabira is a digital painting by Toby Paul. Then Miguel is showing us this acrylic on newspaper work called Covers. This fabric collage painting on canvas is called Zero Pigment. It's done by Agunwa Theophilus. Then this is the pastel color on half paper piece done by Elizabeth Omorui. It's a relaxed drawing of the actress Adeswa Etomi. Then this one is done by Ogunlesi Paul with newsprint and acrylic on canvas. It's an ode from El Dorado and other stories of the Life and Animosity series. And that concludes the works of art you sent in recently. We really appreciate you for sending them in and encourage you as always to keep them coming. Contemporary artist Khalid Balogun presents Nature's Muse, an exhibition at the Jelosimi Art Center in Lagos.
The Jelosimi Art Center in Lagos plays host to multi-talented Khalid Balogun as this floral landscape artist and poet presents his debut exhibition, Nature's Muse, a way to spread joy, laughter and peace while drawing attention to the ills in society.
This is my first exhibition titled Nature's Muse because, as you can see, I use nature as reference here. So I'm a floral landscape artist and I find happiness and energy in drawing natural objects.
He's an artist who has a lot of potential, right? He grew up in a riverine area where he would see water and natural environment. So this comes like something from memory and something that's like a sort of remembering him, like remembering his past, and that also renews his energy anytime he spends time in a natural environment. So that's why the inspiration for his works come naturally to him. He doesn't need to stress himself to look for, to express himself in figurative forms. He has to just go, express himself naturally with what he grew up seeing, which are natural environments. So I see him that as an artist who has lots of potential, who can go beyond here. So that's why this is like his first solo exhibition, which this center, Jelosimi Art Center, sees like, let's do it for him as a stepping stone. And from here, we can build him and he can also build himself.
The black frame pieces house over 30 drawings that reveal nature at its best and captures the artist's childhood memories, which he brings to life through this solo show using a preferred medium, but is open to try new things.
For now, I actually stick with charcoal and graphite and colored pencils. I initially started with just graphite, but now I'm experimenting more mediums. Like you see some of my works, I actually use pastel also. So I'm experimenting and I'll get to use more mediums,
The works are cool. He's showing inspiration from nature, which we all part of nature, and I like the way he draws inspiration from nature. Trying to portray water in different forms and sunlight in different shades. I think I love the combination of the pencil and the charcoal. I think they are breathtaking. They are breathtaking works.
Some of these images are done in several series. There is Tales of the Sun, nature's aesthetics, and Akpeja, which have been inspired by either Balogun's experience, family, or poetry.
This exhibition has 3 major series. The nature's aesthetics, those are the waterfall series. Then the tales of the sun, the ones with like sunshine. Then Akpeja, meaning fisherman. Because like I have a history, my family has a history of fishing. Yes, so that's where I got my inspiration from, and that's where I got the idea for the exhibition.
The uniqueness of these pieces springs from how he captures the different sceneries, especially the waterfalls, which depict a lot of energy.
I love waterfall because that's what really gives me, I like the energy, watching nature shower so much goodness and endless. You never see waterfall dry up. It's endless goodness. So that's why I do waterfall. I'm majorly known for waterfall art, but I also do sunset series like the Tales of the Sun, like I put it. And all my works, you see a poem embedded. I have poems that follow all my works that make you to understand what I'm trying to do better.
This young artist is still evolving and showing loads of prospects, going by the images seen in this exhibition.
Next week, we'll be touching down in Bayelsa State for an exhibition, and there's much more to see on the program.
Coming up on the next episode of Art House. An exhibition of the latest body of works created by Professor Sylvester Ebigwaga in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State. Then we return to Lagos for introspection, an exhibition by Muyiwa Akinwolere at the Thought Pyramid Art Center. We encourage you to keep liking, sharing, and viewing our page so more people can enjoy the ever-bubbly and ingenious art scene in the country.
Your Art House experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Art House on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Art House on Channels. We're everywhere.
That's the first one we are covering in a long time in the glory of all lands. So you definitely won't want to miss that one. And if you do, always visit our various online platforms where the conversation continues as always. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Stay safe and keep being creative.